Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Tempest and we get to hear from the Boatswain today in Act 5, Scene 1. So everything is kind of getting wrapped up now. Prospero has vowed that he's going to give up his magic. He had previously married Ferdinand and Miranda and did like a little messing around with Alonso thing where he made Alonso think that not only did Alonso lose his son, but Prospero lost his daughter. But then he's like, voila, here they are. And there's Ferdinand and Miranda playing chess. So there's like a happy reunion there. And Alonso is totally cool with the fact that these kids got married. The other people in that crew, like Gonzalo and Francisco and all of them are still kind of confused by what's going on. They think that they're not quite sure if they're dreaming or not. But Gonzalo started to sort of piece things together, and he's like, how crazy is this that, the daughter of the Duke of Milan ends up marrying the son of the King of Naples. So now we have like royalty on both sides, but it took them getting banished in order for all this to happen, and blah, blah, blah. So Gonzalo's piecing it all together for us. And Prospero has also forgiven his brother Antonio for usurping his title as the Duke of Milan, but then also said, I need my dukedom back. So that implies that Prospero is planning to go back to Milan after all of this, which you'll understand why I bring that up in a second. But as all of these reconciliations and apologies and all that sort of stuff is going on, Prospero sends Ariel to get the other people that were on the boat. So the non-royal people that were on the boat, they have been sleeping on the boat itself for the duration of the play, since it was shipwrecked, which it wasn't really shipwrecked, but they've been sleeping on the boat that whole time. Ariel goes and gets them and brings them in, and the boatswain is like, this is craziness. And Alonso's like, are you okay? And the boatswain's like, yeah, this is like, we all woke up and like everything's fine, like we're all safe. And Alonso's like, this is totally crazy. How did you survive? How did you get here? And the boatswain says, if I did think, sir, I were well awake, I'd strive to tell you. We were dead of sleep, and how, we know not, all clapped under hatches, but even now, with strange and several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible, we were awaked straightway at liberty, where we, in all our trim, freshly beheld our royal, good, and gallant ship, our master capering to eye her. On a trice, so please you, even in a dream, we were divided from them, and were brought moping hither. So what he's saying is he doesn't know exactly how it happened, but they all managed to somehow be asleep on the boat, and the boat was completely fixed, and all of them, like, their clothes were in better shape than imagined, which is also what happened when the people were washed up on shore, if you remember. They were remarking about like how fresh and clean their clothing was, and how it was in like better shape than when they had gotten dressed in the morning. So everybody is sort of wowed by all of this, and Alonso's like, well, there has to be some sort of story or something going on here that made all this happen. And Prospero's like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Like, this is my cell, enjoy, and hey, Ariel, go get the other ones. So then Ariel brings in Stefano and Trinculo and Caliban, because we can't finish off the play without figuring out what happens to them. They come in. Stefano and Trinculo are still very drunk. Caliban is maybe starting to regret some of his choices in following them. And Prospero is like, these two, you guys know, so you can take them back with you. And there's that whole, where did you even get the wine thing going on? But then Prospero's like, this one, Caliban, he's my responsibility. And Prospero ends up like forgiving Caliban as well, and possibly even passing on his home to Caliban, because Prospero, now it sounds like he's going to go back to Milan with all of the rest of them. Like, he's going to eventually leave the island. So he says something like, take your companions with you, and as you go to my hovel, deck it handsomely, make it pretty. And Caliban's like, yes, how could I have doubted you? I was silly to like follow that guy. Cool. So Caliban goes off to do his thing, and Stefano and Trinculo go to get their luggage and get back on the ship because some of the other mariners are still on the ship. And then there's just a tiny little bit left in this play. There's like 2 more monologues from Prospero until we're done, but there's little bit that we need to wrap up, and if you've been paying attention, you know the one thread that has not yet been tied. So we will tie that thread tomorrow, and then we've got the epilogue the next day, and then the day after that we get a new play. Super fun. But anyway, yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.